Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Fisher. Let's
Hey,
see,
Judge.
who do we have on? Good afternoon. That's handling position 23 with
Miss Riccia?
Correct. Layla Riccio.
Yeah, it's her in front of you, Judge.
okay, very good. Who do we have on from the state that will be handling this matter?
I'm not sure if it's me, Your Honor. If you'll give me just a minute to see, it's either myself or Mr. Rhodes, but I have notes either way.
Okay,
Just give me 1 second.
let me go ahead and address her. Good afternoon, Ms. Pedro. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000088Y with terroristic threats and acts and disorderly conduct. It's my understanding that there is a consent order that's to be considered by the court.
Thank you, Mr.
Judge, we have judges to make sure that we're in the right case. I'm from Miss Riccio, position 23, Layla Riccio. She's not charged
Oh,
with terroristic threats.
I'm sorry. Ms. Riccio, you're charged in case 26 CR 000089J with simple battery family violence.
Yes, and there is consent. Thank you, Ms. Spear. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I had difficulty getting on. Judge, I can elocute the consent if you like.
Please do.
It is for a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. We're asking that she takes 3 anger awareness classes while out on bond through pretrial services. No further violent contact with Mr. Thomas Riccio, and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond. This will, and we're also considering this for diversion. Thank you.
That's your understanding, Mr. Fisher?
No, it's no further violent contact with Stacy Elgin Well Batcher. That's the stepmother, and her father is Thomas Riccio. So
I'm sorry. It is no. The victim is Stacy Elgin and Welbacher. It's spelled Weilbaecher. Is that correct, Mr. Fisher?
I have it as WAEI, sorry, LBAECHER.
That is who it is. My apologies. Not her husband, stepmother. Thank you.
Okay. Given that this is a consent, if you'll get that to Ms. Bridgewater, she'll get it to me and we'll get it signed and entered. Anything further this afternoon, Mr. Fisher?
I think that's it, Judge. But we sent it to Miss Bridgewater. I want to confirm she got it.
I do have it.
Perfect.
All right, very good. Have a good rest of your afternoon.
All right. Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Good
Okay,
luck to you,
thanks.
Mr.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, how much that again? I'm sorry.
It was a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
All right, next we go into number 7, Mr. Franklin.
Okay, let me go ahead and address everyone in courtroom 2. Good afternoon, I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state court expedited accusation calendar that we're conducting by video. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Mr. Franklin, you have been charged in case 26 CR 000076E with disorderly conduct and false report of a crime. Who do we have on? Good afternoon, Ms. Stallworth.
Good afternoon. He has one cycle. It appears to be an open case out of Stevens County, Georgia for battery. That arrest date was April the 15th of 2025. His recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, we have a consent bond on this matter, Your Honor. We are asking for $3,000 signature per, or we've agreed to 3,000 signature on bond per charge for a total of 6,000. Pretrial level 1. Stay away from 1460 West Peachtree Street. No further contact with his co-defendant, Sabrina Hudson. And no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. And this was signed by Mr. Abraham Ahmed and myself.
That's your understanding, Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Franklin.
That 2,500, you said?
I believe it was 6,000. Isn't that right, Ms. Spear?
Yes, 3,000 per charge.
All right, next we're going number 29, Mr. White.
We have two white. Which white are we
Yep.
talking?
29, not Robo.
Okay,
Good afternoon, Mr. White. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0001001B with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
There is, but if you give me just a minute, because his was very extensive. Give me just one moment.
There's one out of South Carolina and 62 in Georgia, Your Honor.
And he also has an active warrant for an FTA out of Atlanta. That date of warrant was November the 3rd of 2025. Give me just a minute. He has a 2015 conviction out of Fulton for willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. An FTA out of Fulton in 2014. A battery conviction in 2013 out of DeKalb. Simple battery, simple assault, and willful obstruction of law enforcement, 2012 conviction. Another 2012 conviction out of Fulton for willful obstruction and tampering with evidence. A forgery in the first degree out of Columbia County in 2011. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce and willful obstruction that was also out of Fulton in 2010. Criminal trespass in 2010 out of Fulton. Another criminal trespass in 2010 also out of Fulton. Simple battery and criminal trespass in 2010 out of Fulton. A criminal trespass in Fulton in 2010 as well. Possession of a Schedule 1 in 2009 out of Fulton. Criminal trespass in 2009. Ag assault in 2009 out of Fulton. That's only up to cycle 37, so.
Thank you, Ms. Stallworth.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, Ms. Spear.
Currently set at a $5,000 surety. We would ask for a $1,000 surety based on the 63 cycles and majority of them being a criminal trespass and his refusal to stay away. Stay away from 2324 Forsyth Street, excuse me. That is the Greyhound bus station, also known as the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Kim?
yes, Your Honor. Mr. White says failure to appear is not his charges, so he wants to verify that there was some misunderstanding. I am actually recommending a social worker to have a visit with him to verify his BHT concerns. He says he was legally married with 2 children, so which is different from what we have at the Odyssey system. So we would like to request for signature on bond.
Okay, it will be $1,000 good bond, social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing if necessary. Stay away from the Greyhound bus station unless he's a ticketed passenger. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. White.
Get up. So what are you? Got paid money.
So how much?
Mhm.
Wow.
I know. Number 17, Mr. Locke.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lockman. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000092E with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 2 cycles, no listed convictions. His last date of arrest was February the 9th of 2024 out of Cobb County for harassing phone calls, electronically transmit or post nude, sexually explicit photo or video. Second subsequent offense, and identity theft fraud, and his recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Mr. Honor, there's a consent bond as it relates to Mr. Lockman. I believe it's been signed and sent. Let me go ahead and tell you what the conditions are. There we are. I'm sorry, it's for $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Mr. Daniel David. 3 anger awareness courses through pretrial services. Stay away from the victim's address, which is 144 Ponce de Leon Avenue, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia. We will allow, if the court will, for a one-time escort to retrieve his belongings. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Signed with express permission, Justine Rainford. Thank you.
Is that your understanding, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Lockman. Do we have a listing for the court of the consent proposals so that I can be more efficient here?
Yes, I can send them directly to you. I want to say I sent them to I did send them to Ms. Young, but I didn't send them to Ms. Bridgewater. So I'll make sure and send them to both you and Ms. Bridgewater. The ones that I have. I do know that ASG Spear may have some others.
Okay, thank you.
I have, I think, 1 or 2. And are you going to send Miss Evans Battles, or do you want me to?
If you can, you're probably quicker than I am. I
I don't know about that, but okay.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I may, in the future, when we're doing these, if you would send it to the litigation manager that's handling the cases for the day.
Do we know ahead of time, Miss Bridgewater, who that is? Because that's usually where I mess up. So I don't know who to send. Like, we'll get them ready at like 12:30, but we never know ahead of time who to send them to.
Well,
But-
the name is on the calendar, but we asked everybody to send them to the LM. I gave a list of all the LMs, to send them to all the LMs because sometimes things change up and we switch up and things emergency. Just send them to everybody LM. That clears up everything. So
Okay.
you won't have to figure out who's doing
Ms. Young,
what.
if you send us that email address for all LMs, that'd be great.
I can do that too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I appreciate it. And just for the, well, if when the name is called, you can just say consent bond first of all, so I'm aware of it as well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mr. Dark, do you have a client before us today?
Yes, Your Honor. I represent Ms. Hambrick, Quinata Hambrick. She is on the calendar. Or should today?
All right. Is Ms. Hambrick in courtroom 2, or is she going to be ACDC today, courtroom 2?
She's here. She'll be after Mr. Osborne.
Okay, very good. We'll be with you, Mr. Dark.
Thank you, Thank you, Judge.
And also, just so you know, I'm sure that you do courtroom 2, but Ms. Cheney is here. So whenever you can make accommodations for the Spanish interpreter, we'd appreciate it.
Oh, okay. All right, now we got number 20, Mr. Osborne.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Osborne. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000097G with 1 misdemeanor offense. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Osborne has 36 cycles. There's an open case out of Brookhaven for willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. That arrest date was October the 29th of 2025. He's currently on probation in Spalding County. for willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, sentence date August 11th of 2025. There's also another case, also out of Spalding County, the exact same charge. There's FTAs, one in 2023 from Spalding County, 2023 Brookhaven. Also probation from DeKalb County for battery and terroristic threats and acts. There's a 2023 conviction out of Spalding for battery. Another 2023 conviction out of Spalding for battery, theft by shoplifting, and criminal trespass. There's a 2021 conviction out of Henry County for battery. 2020 conviction out of Henry County for criminal trespass. A 2020 conviction out of Clayton County for criminal trespass. A 2020 conviction out of Clayton County for possession and use of drug-related objects. A 2019 conviction out of Henry County for hit and run, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. I'm sorry, give me just 1 minute. There's a conviction, in 2018 out of Locust Grove for fleeing or attempting to elude and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. And then there's a 2017 first offender conviction out of Henry County for willful obstruction and purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana that was sealed in 2019. There's another first offender conviction in 2017 that was revoked out of Henry County for removal or attempted removal of weapon from public official and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, as well as possession of marijuana less than an ounce.
Thank you, Mr. Alwyn.
You're welcome.
Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I
You waived
apologize,
sound.
but I don't think I interviewed my client, Mr. Osborne, yet, unless other public defender interviewed him.
I interviewed Mr.
Oh,
Osborne.
okay.
Edwin
Okay.
Osborne?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
interviewed him.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. Did we waive sound? We waived sounding on this one, did we?
I did not sound the charge.
Okay. As it relates to this charge, Your Honor, and in light of the criminal history, without going into detail, we're asking for a $7,500 good bond. We are asking that he has no further violent contact with the victim in this case, who was a police officer. Her name is Zaina, Z-A-I-N-A, Mertil, M-E-R-T-I-L. I can't say no further contact because she is a public law enforcement officer. I don't know if he'd ever have contact with her again. And so that he undergoes a behavioral health and evaluation and treatment. This did happen while at the precinct. Ms. Myrtle is, we've been in contact with her. She's not happy about it. And given his history, all 37 cycles that you've heard recited by pretrial services and his recent arrests, as recent as October of 2025, obstruction of law enforcement officers, we feel that a $7,500 good bond is appropriate here. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Osborne is 32 years of age. He's been in Georgia all his life. He mentioned to me that he has no family help. He went up to the 9th grade in high school, and he hopes to be washing dishes at Hooters. He said that he got that job like right when he got incarcerated, when he got into custody. And so he's not sure if he's gonna have that job still. He also mentioned that he does suffer from some MH issues, Your Honor. So I would just ask if Your Honor is not inclined for a signature bond to give him the lowest reasonable amount. If I saw that on the affidavit earlier that the previous magistrate already set it for 5,000. If it could be lower than that, we would appreciate that, given the fact that he is technically unemployed, but hopes to start working once he leaves custody, Your Honor. So I would just ask that it be a reasonable amount that he can afford to pay that.
Okay, $4,000 good bond. No further contact, no further violent contact with Officer Zane Myrtle. Social worker visit to assess for a BHET, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Because what was the
Le-
amount you went out?
A $5,000 good bond. No further violent contact with the alleged victim, social worker visit to assess for a BHET, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. What do we have next?
Number 11, Ms. Hambrick.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hambrick. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000080F with theft by shoplifting and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Hambrick has one prior arrest out of DeKalb County that resulted in a conviction for giving false info in 2011. Her recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, there's a $5,000 surety already set per charge. I believe I offered something lower than that. I will double check. Stay away from all Walmarts, as she impersonated working for Walmart under the Spark program, Spark driver. And the Operation 21 course, as the obstruction charge was for physically and verbally fighting with the officers and actively resisting arrest. I don't want to misspeak, so I just want to double check real quick what I had originally offered in my consent bond, which I believe I had sent to Miss Rainford, but have just recently learned that Mr. Dark is handling her.
Mr. Dark?
Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. No, I did not receive that consent offer. I am willing to take a look at it if the state could shoot it over to me.
I'll make the decision, Mr. Dark. Make your
Okay.
argument for me.
No problem. Judge, we're asking for a UJR. I understand the state's recitation of the allegations at this point. Of course, the purpose of bond being to secure the defendant's return to court in response to process. Uh, Miss Hambrick is 35 years of age. Judge, she does have an address off of Boulevard in Atlanta where she's lived sometimes. She's a mother of two. Additionally, Your Honor, she is a college student. In my early look into this case, I do believe my client that this was a misunderstanding, but I will leave the merits of the case to later, considering that they are not a consideration for bond. I will draw the court to the defendant's criminal history or lack thereof. Sounds like a 2021 arrest is the only history that she has. She's otherwise responded to process in the past and has a recommendation level of level 1. So, Judge, we would ask the court for that pretrial supervision and for her to get a UJR in some form or fashion. We have no argument with respect to the total amount, and we would just ask the court for that UJR.
For each charge will be a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Stay away from all Walmarts, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Hambrick. Anything
Thank you,
further,
Your Honor.
Mr. Dark?
No, Your Honor, that is it. Thank you, and it's a pleasure seeing you. Happy New Year.
You as well. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
All right, next we have number 10, Ms. Borgelis.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hellis. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000079G with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There's one prior arrest out of Gwinnett County for a fray. That arrest date was November the 26th of 2025, and it appears to be open. Her recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you.
Who is this?
This is position number 10.
The name.
Mahal, I believe it's mine.
Okay.
Nayali, am I saying it right? Grahalis?
Okay, that's position number 10. You can
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I was
continue,
saying it right. We're asking for a $2,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, her uncle, Christian Alberto, to stay away from the home at 10550 Wren, WREN Ridge in Johns Creek. And because she has the previous open affray from November, for anger awareness courses. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Rainford,
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 24 years old. She graduated from Central Gwinnett High School. She's currently a server at Tequila Mama in Buford. It's my understanding also that she lives at the residence 10550 Wren Ridge Road with her grandmother, her best friend, and her uncle. Her uncle occupies the basement, and the upper level is where her grandmother, herself, and her best friend stays. They all pay lease. They all rent the premises, Your Honor. So I would ask that you do not remove her from her residence, that she is allowed to go back to the residence. She also mentioned to me that her uncle and her have an agreement where he is to remain in the basement. He's not allowed to come upstairs. And the incident occurred because he came upstairs, violating that agreement that they have between them, Your Honor. And so because of that, I'd be asking that you allow her to return to the residence. And also, if you are inclined to give a signature bond to my client, I would ask for that. And if not, Your Honor, lowest reasonable amount.
Mr. Christian Alberto is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Well, given that I can't do anything as far as their arrangement, Ms. Rainford, and that this appears to be one residence, although they're separated from upper and lower levels, without hearing from him, I'm reticent to allow this conflict, the possibility of a conflict. As such, it will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. At this point in time, no further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the entire residence. She can go back to that residence on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
All right, next we got number 12, Ms. Hudson.
Good afternoon, Ms. Hudson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000081G with disorderly conduct and false report of a crime. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 4 cycles. One of those cycles is out of the state of Florida. The only conviction listed was in 1999 out of Duval County for retail theft. The last date of arrest was February the 19th of 2000 out of the city of Atlanta for criminal trespass. Nothing further.
Spear?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. There's already, as same as her co-defendant, there's already a 3,000 surety per charge already set. We are asking for the no further contact with the co-defendant that we already addressed, Nehemiah Franklin. Stay away from the address at 1460 West Peachtree Street. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
False report.
They originally called 911 and said there were 4 males driving around in 2 vehicles taking access to glass windows. Upon further questioning, the police found out that was not true.
Good afternoon. Is this your case?
It is, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Happy New Year.
You as well.
Thank you. I am asking for signature bond for my client. She's 50 years old. She denies the allegations. She says that there was a genuine emergency that she called about. I don't know anything about this report about someone access, Your Honor. She tells me that there was smoke coming from somebody's room nearby, and that was the reason why she called. So maybe they are a little mistaken as to why. And also, the other person is her 18-year-old son with whom she would still like to have contact, Your Honor. So I'm asking for a signature bond for her and that the bond be conditioned on no further violent contact with her son. And I don't believe there's any violent contact with him, actually. So, she wants to be able to continue to live with her son.
Right. For each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No use of 911 unless it's an actual emergency. No further violent contact with her son. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Good luck to you, Ms. Hudson.
And it's number 19, Ms. Mosley.
Good afternoon, Ms. Mosley. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000096D with hit and run, reckless driving, and following too closely. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Mosley has 26 prior arrests. She has open cases in Clayton County for driving while license suspended or revoked, fleeing or attempting to elude. The date of that arrest was December the 23rd of 2025. She's currently on probation in Fulton County for reckless driving, striking unattended vehicle, and that sentence date was October the 15th of 2025. There are several FTAs, one in 2025 out of Clayton, one in 2018 out of Clayton, and one in 2017 out of Riverdale. There's a 2022 conviction out of Clayton County for battery, a 2019 conviction out of Lovejoy Municipal for driving while license suspended or revoked, a 2018 conviction out of Clayton County for driving while license suspended or revoked, a 2017 conviction out of Clayton for criminal trespass, a 2017 conviction out of DeKalb for simple battery family violence, a 2017 conviction out of Clayton for driving without valid license and hit and run, and a 2014 first offender conviction out of Clayton for financial transaction card theft that was sealed in 2016. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mosley, this is an incident that took place on August 31st of 2025. Officers were dispatched to North Avenue and Techwood Drive in reference to an accident that occurred at that intersection. Upon arrival, they were met with Miss Williams, Tracy Williams, that is. She was shaking and she had trouble speaking because she was so startled by the accident. Ms. Williams stated that 20 minutes prior to the conversation, she was a passenger along with her daughter, Savannah, who was seated in the rear of the seat. When an unknown vehicle came and struck them from behind. And that unknown vehicle then jumped the median to flee the scene after causing the accident, which caused her to in turn hit another vehicle. So I believe it was a total of a 3-car accident involved in this. This was all caught on video at the intersection, so officers were able to get the surveillance to see what happened, and they were able to confirm those events. You did hear the history of Miss Mosley. You've heard both her GCIC as well as her driving violations, which is very voluminous. And unfortunately, it has some very similar charges for which she's currently pending. As such, we're asking for a $7,500 good bond, $2,500 on each charge, given her criminal history and driving history, the seriousness of this event, the disregard for the others involved, not just the financial burden of having an unlicensed and uninsured motorist leave the scene of the accident, but the fact that someone could have been seriously hurt and needed her aid, but she decided to do what she's done in previous cases, just leave the scene and run away. The fact that this was August of 2025 should have no consequence because she was the one that ran on August 2025. So we're asking, in addition to the $7,500 good bond, that she has no further contact with the victim in this particular case and her daughter, and that she is to not drive while out on bond unless for some reason her license has been restored and the state of Georgia says that she is able to drive, and to have no alcohol, drugs, and weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Miss Mosley is 29 years old. She's been in Georgia the majority of her life. She currently lives with her grandmother in Riverdale. She's a Mount Zion High School graduate. She mentioned to me that she is at risk of termination from her job at Waffle House due to the fact of being in custody, Your Honor. She mentioned that she also had just bonded out in Clayton, so she um which her family and friends were able to help with, but she doesn't believe that they'll be able to help with another bond, Your Honor. So if Your Honor is inclined, I would be asking for a signature bond for my client, but if not, for the lowest reasonable amount, Your Honor, so that she'd be able to bond out.
It will be a $2,000 good bond per charge, makes for a total of a $6,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victims, no driving without a valid license, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Mosley.
I'm going to add on one, Ms. Pullins.
Good afternoon, Ms. Pullins. You've been charged in case 26 CR 0000104D with battery family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Pullins has 3 cycles out of the state of Indiana. There's a 2001 conviction out of Indiana for operating a vehicle while intoxicated. Her recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. This case is kind of interesting in that the officers were not able to determine a primary or predominant aggressor, and I believe that her co-defendant is set to plead tomorrow. So at this point, due to all the gray area, if you will, we're just going to defer to the court. We understand this will likely be a low signature bond based on her history, but our concern is more that she may have been the victim of strangulation. I guess we'll find out more tomorrow, but we're going to defer solely to your judgment, Your Honor.
Okay, so who's the alleged victim?
She has a co-defendant, Devin White, who is on SAP for tomorrow. When I inquired further about this case, my victim witness advocate mentioned that she may have been the victim of strangulation, because I was under the impression we would want to do both of them together if they were co-defendants.
So if the offense date was, and I have on my calendar yesterday, how was it another case that's on SAP? I'm not following.
I'm not sure, Your Honor. If you want, I can look deeper into it, because I figured that we would do both bonds today.
Okay. Do you know anything, Ms. Kim, is this your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know anything about Devin White, who that person is?
Mr. I believe it is spouse who is separated right now. However, I'm gonna double check. May I please ask, Miss Plin, would you please answer? Courtroom 2. Would you please tell us who Devin White is? I believe he was your spouse, am I correct?
Yes, a boyfriend.
Oh, you told me that you was spouse, but I guess it's boyfriend now.
It's my understanding he's married with children to someone else.
Okay.
All right, so Ms. Kim, I'm gonna give her a signature bond. It'll be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Mr. White and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Does that suit you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, you're welcome. Good luck to you, Ms. Pullins.
Number 1, Mr. Benton.
Good afternoon, Mr. Benton. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000071E with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and fleeing or attempting to elude police officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Benson has 26 cycles. 24 of those cycles are out of the state of North Carolina. There are multiple 2017 convictions out of Mecklenburg County, North Carolina, malicious conduct by prisoner, robbery with dangerous weapon, attempted robbery, conspiracy robbery, dangerous weapon, larceny, shoplifting, concealment goods, 2 second-degree trespass, possession of stolen motor vehicle, assault and battery. There is an active warrant out of Sandy Springs for a probation violation. The date of that warrant is February the 21st of 2025. There's another active warrant out of Clayton County for a probation violation. Date of that warrant is June the 24th of 2025. There's a 2024 conviction out of Clayton County for simple battery family violence, and another one for criminal trespass. The last date of arrest was November the 11th of 2024 out of Clayton County for simple battery. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. Currently, the bond is a $4,000 surety on each charge for a total of $8,000 surety. Being that this is a driving offense, he does have a bulk of charges and they are out of state, so we do have some concern about him remaining in state. But we can lower the surety perhaps to 2,000 per charge. We could consent to that, but based on the fact that 24 of his 26 cycles are out of state, we have concerns about ties to the community. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Thank you. Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Benton is 26 years old. He has his high school diploma. As to his work, he currently works in warehouse production right now on the production line, but he also does night shifts at McDonald's. So he's quite the hard worker. And before that, he was working at Chick-fil-A. He's been in Georgia for about 3 years now, so he has been getting some pretty good community ties. He has a good address where he has he can receive his mail there. As to bond, Your Honor, we would simply request signature bond if applicable, and if not, we would request it be as low as possible. Mr. Benton has spent pretty much all his free time working, as he's told me, so that's why we'd request for it to be as low as possible, Your Honor.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond. It makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Benton.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, we got number 2, Mr. Brown.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000072G with simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
No, Your Honor. There's no prior history, and the recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a sibling matter between Mr. Brown and Precious Jackson. There was a verbal argument that elevated into a physical altercation. A third party walked in the room, saw the defendant standing over the victim with his hands on her. She fought to get him off. At the time, there was a very light mark, so we kept it simple battery as opposed to battery. We are asking for a $2,000 surety, no further contact with the victim, Precious Jackson. Stay away from 515 Cimarron Parkway, that is the incident location, and 2 anger awareness courses. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Sorry, could you say again, Your Honor? The audio cut out.
Sounding for the alleged victim. It does not appear that she's with us. Yes, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brown is 20 years old. He has his high school diploma. He is self-employed. He works as a clothes retailer. He also designs clothes, and he's also a graphic designer. He's been doing that since he's about 15 years old. He's been in Georgia his entire life. As to his family, he has his mother here, his aunt here, and I guess his sibling as well. As to his address, he does stay at the address where the incident allegedly took place. He lives there with his mother and the alleged victim. For bond, Your Honor, we would simply ask for a signature bond. We would also request no further violent contact, and no stay away order, considering this is where, Mr. Brown lives. However, we understand the absence of the alleged victim.
Does he have somewhere else to go at the present time?
Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so until I will give him a signature bond. It'll be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the meantime, he is to have no further contact with the alleged victim and to stay away from the residence. If we hear from her, then we can modify that bond. I'll give him a one-time escort to retrieve any belongings, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Brown.
Can you repeat that bond amount?
$2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
Number 3, Mr. Chappelle.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chappelle. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000073H with criminal trespass and damage to property and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller? You're on mute, Ms. Stoller.
My apologies. He has 36 prior arrests. There's a 2016 conviction out of Cobb County for forgery, 4th degree, a 2016 conviction in Clayton County for criminal trespass and possession of methamphetamine, another 2016 conviction out of Clayton County for criminal trespass, and then there are 7 outside of the 10-year period. There's another 2016 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass. That case number is 18 CR 005593F. There is an FTA out of Fulton in 2019 and 2 outside of the 5-year period, 1 out of Marietta and 1 in DeKalb. The recommended level is level 2, and the last date of arrest was June the 11th of 2019 out of Clayton County for a probation violation. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Making sure I wasn't on mute. State's asking for 1,000 surety per charge. No further contact with the victim. I'm sorry, I'm going to say her name wrong. Lenellyn, Lenellyn Williams. And I'm trying to get the full address as it got cut off when I was doing my paperwork. I just have Park Drive.
I have it as 369 Centennial Olympic Park.
Thank you. In this particular instance, the defendant damaged her rear windshield and driver's side door by striking the vehicle multiple times with various pots and pans and threatening to kill her, all of which she captured on her cell phone. So 1,000 surety, stay away, no further contact, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you again, Ms. Bridgewater, for the address.
Yes, Mr. Abraham Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Chappell is 52 years old. He has his education in 10th. As for work, he's been canvassing for the city of Atlanta for the past 5 years. He is a lifelong Georgia and Atlanta resident. He has all of his family here. He has quite a few kids. He has 16 children, ranging from 35 years old to 24 years old. As to his address, he has a good, reliable address where he can receive mail. It is actually with the Step Up program, so he's a little concerned about keeping that address. But we also have put him in contact with one of our social workers preemptively. As to bond, Your Honor, we would simply request a signature bond. Mr. Chappell has been on the straight and narrow for a good while, given the reading of his history and the lack of recent history, more importantly. We would ask for no stay away order, Your Honor, considering this is where he lives with the Step Up program, and we are completely amenable to the no contact as only Mr. Chappell lives at that address.
So Ms. Williams is not at the Step Up address.
No,
Is
Your
that
Honor.
what- Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. A social worker visit to assess for a BHET, no further contact with Ms. Williams, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. All right, next we got 24, Mr. Sanchez.
Okay, and I see that Miss Chansey's on. Is this the interpreter case?
Good
No,
afternoon.
Your Honor, Mr. Sanchez speaks English.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sanchez. You've been charged in case 26CR000091C with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 7 prior arrests. There's an active warrant out of Fort Pierce, Florida for an FTA. Date of that warrant is June the 5th of 2019. There's a 2020 conviction out of Lowndes County for driving without valid license. The last date of arrest was June the 17th of 2021 out of Fairburn for reckless conduct and theft by receiving stolen property. There's also an FTA out of Lowndes County in 2020, and there are 2 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, Your Honor. In light of the active FTAs, Your Honor, we are recommending a surety bond of $2,000. That he has no further contact with Rhodesia. And I believe the last name is Flerival, spelled FLEURIVAL. And that he stay away from 2640 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive Southwest. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Judge, yes, and the charge for this one is simple battery family violence. So that's the sole count. Thank you, Judge.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I am asking for a signature bond for my client, Your Honor. He is currently unemployed as a result of this incident. Also, I believe this may be a Riverside issue since he tells me that he was arrested on the 1st, and this appears to be the first time he's appearing before the court. Also, he denies the allegations. He denies the allegations, Your Honor, and based on what he tells me, I think there is a likelihood that the state will not be able to prove the charges, just based on my discussions with my client as to what actually happened. He tells me that this was a situation where an ex called the police because she was jealous. And this is all that it is, Your Honor. So I'm asking for a signature bond for my client based on, if not on nothing else, that it's a Riverside issue. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck
Thank you,
to
Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, next we're going to number 28, Mr. Vasquez. Ms. Vasquez.
This is the case that we need Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you for letting me know. Ms. Chancey, if you'll raise your right hand for me, do you swear or affirm that you will interpret from English to Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Vasquez. You have been charged in case 26CR000099E with battery family violence and criminal trespass.
Buenas tardes, señor Vázquez. Usted ha sido acusado en el cargo 26CR000091C con un cargo de golpes y lesiones simples, violencia familiar.
Is there a history?
¿Hay antecedentes?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sí, su señoría.
There are 2 cycles. There's a 2025 conviction out of Sandy Springs Municipal for driving without valid license.
Hay 2 ciclos de procesos. Hay una convicción en el 2025 en la ciudad de Sandy Springs del Tribunal Municipal por manejar sin una licencia válida.
There's a current hold out of Cobb County.
Hay una detención pendiente en el condado de Cobb.
And there's an open case out of Forest Park.
Y también un cargo por llevar un envase de bebida alcohólica abierto en la ciudad de Forest Park.
knowingly driving motor vehicle on suspended, canceled, or revoked registration.
Por manejar un vehículo automotor con una licencia suspendida, cancelada o revocada a sabiendas.
The recommended level is level 3, nothing further.
El nivel recomendado es el número 3 y nada más que agregar.
Yes, Your Honor, we're asking for a 4,000 surety each charge, which is already set, so we ask that it remain. The Family Violence Intervention Program. No further contact with the victim, Miss Sulger, Sulger, and the 9-month-old child, and to stay away from the incident location, 6977 Lower Roswell Road.
One moment, please.
That's all.
Okay, thank you. Su señoría, sería una fianza de $4,000 bajo garantía para cada uno de los cargos que ya está establecida. Por eso solicitamos que permanezca como está, también que se registre en un programa de intervención de violencia familiar y también mantenerse distanciado de la víctima, la señora Sulher y el menor de 9 años y mantenerse distanciado del lugar donde ocurrió el incidente en la ciudad de Roswell. But, excuse me, it's the 6677 Lower Roswell Road.
I have 6977.
Oh, 697. 6977 del lugar del incidente en la calle Lower Roswell Road. Thank you.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is 22 years young, Your Honor, and he came from Mexico to US about 5 years ago.
Mi cliente tiene 22 años, su señoría, y él vino de México a los Estados Unidos 5 años atrás.
And that incident location is the marital property with his wife. They are legally married about 4 months ago.
El lugar del incidente es la residencia matrimonial donde vive con su esposa y con quien está casado desde hace 4 meses.
He wants to have a contact with his wife and child, who is 9 months old.
Él quiere continuar teniendo contacto con su esposa y el hijo de 10 meses de edad.
He's currently working as an electrician.
Él trabaja como electricista.
And he was able to manage to graduate from high school at South Atlanta 2024.
Él logró graduarse de la escuela secundaria del sur de Atlanta en el año 2024.
He played soccer.
Juega al soccer.
And he has 6 brothers here in Georgia.
Y tiene 6 hermanos en Georgia.
And we would like to request for signature on bond.
Solicitamos una fianza bajo firma.
If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for $1,000 surety bond maximum.
Si su señoría no cree que sea apropiado una fianza bajo firma, solicitamos un máximo de $1,000 de fianza.
For the battery will be a $1,500 good bond. For the criminal trespass, a $500 good bond makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the incident location. He can go back to that location on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
En el cargo de golpes y lesiones serán $1.500 de fianza. Por allanamiento de morada, $500 de fianza. Sería un total de $2.000 de fianza. No tener contacto alguno con la víctima alegada y doy una orden de distanciamiento del lugar en donde ocurrió el incidente. Él puede regresar a a ese lugar solamente una vez, acompañado con un oficial de la fuerza del orden para retirar cualquier pertenencia personal. Se prohíbe el uso de drogas, alcohol y armas mientras esté libre bajo fianza.
Your Honor, can he have a third-party transfer for his son?
Su señoría, ¿puede él obtener una tercera parte o persona que realice la transferencia de su hijo para las visitas?
Yes, third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation.
Sí, sería entonces la transferencia a través de una tercera parte para el transporte de la visita con cualquier hijo menor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Buena suerte, señor.
Do we require Ms. Chancey's services for other cases this afternoon?
I can ask, but I don't think so, sir. If you would like me to ask.
Well, I was asking the lawyers.
I'm sorry.
Do the lawyers require Ms. Chancey on any other cases?
No,
Otherwise, I'm gonna let her go.
nothing from defense, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ms. Chancey. We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
assistance.
You're welcome. Have a good day, sir.
You as well.
Thank you.
And then number 30, Mr. Willie White.
Good afternoon, Mr. White. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000100A with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 12 cycles. There's a 2018 conviction out of Fulton for theft of service, 17 CR 027498F, and there's a 2015 conviction out of Lithonia Municipal for driving without valid license. There are two 2002 FTAs out of DeKalb, and there's a 2002 conviction out of DeKalb for purchase, possess, control drugs, and the recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Yes, Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. I actually show 33 cycles with histories of criminal trespass and FTAs. The bond is currently set at a $1,200 surety. So we're going to ask that remains the same. We do think there may be the need for a social worker visit for BHET, and potentially housing. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Your stay away, Ms. Spear?
Yes, he had been told to stay away previously to the Circle K at 3241 Camp Creek Parkway.
Kim?
Your Honor, we agree with the social worker visit for BHET. He is 43 years old, and Your Honor, he could not give me any housing address, so I'm concerned that he may be residentially challenged. So we would like to make sure that he has housing resources. He's been here in Georgia all his life. He could not remember exactly, but he believes that he graduated from high school in 1998. And that is all we have right now. Thank you.
It will be $1,000 good bond, social worker visit to assess for a BHET and assist with housing if necessary. Stay away from that Circle K on Camp Creek. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. White.
All right, number 18, Mr. Lowry.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lowry. You have
Just
been
before you
charged.
get, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000093D with battery family violence. Mr. Rhodes?
My apologies, Judge. I was just going to say that
Problem.
I did send over a consent bond to, I, I believe I included Ms. McLeod in it. Just wanted to know if she did in fact consent. If not, then we can move forward.
I did not receive it, Mr. Rose. Received something for someone with a different name. I didn't receive one from Mr. Lowry.
All right. Well,
But what were the terms?
as it relates to Mr. Lowry, the terms were, and I'm pulling it up right now. Thought I had it. Just give me 1 second here. There we go. Jared Lowry. The terms were for a $3,000 sign-on bond, pretrial services level 1. No further contact with Ms. Dacia Stinson. Ms. Stinson is on the line, Your Honor. We're asking that he undergo 24-week of family violent intervention program, that he stay away from 2189 Montrose Avenue, Atlanta, Georgia, that he has no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Ms. Stinson has asked that we just make sure that he understands that no contact means third party or social media as well, so that he doesn't try to make contact in those ways. And the 24-week FFIP, at this time, Your Honor, it will go towards a diversionary program. So those were the terms, Ms. McLeod. So I apologize if you didn't see those and you want to do something different. I completely understand.
I didn't see that. I'm okay with the signature bond. It's the FVIP is the issue. There is a cost associated with that. And I do not believe that my client, he's only 27 years old. I don't believe there was any significant criminal history. And they share children. That's my understanding. So if she doesn't want any contact, they are his children.
And what I will tell you is that the 24-week FFIP through AACS through our program, instead of the traditional $45 to $50 a week, it is $20 a week. I don't know if that makes a difference, Ms. McLeod.
Well, if the court of orders that, of course, then I would have to go along with it. But I'm just reluctant for people to start doing this course, when they could be found not guilty ultimately.
Thank you, Judge. It's not a consent. Okay.
May I get the history, please, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 6 prior arrests. There's a 2017 first offender conviction out of Clayton County for possession of a Schedule 4, theft by receiving stolen property, and possession of marijuana less than an ounce that was sealed in 2022. There's a 2016 conviction out of Clayton County for willful obstruction of law enforcement officer. There's a current open case with Fulton, 25 SC 004459 for possession of Schedule 1 or 2 with intent to distribute, possession of Schedule 3, 4, or 5 with intent to distribute, possession of firearm or knife during commission, possession, use of drug-related objects, escape from custody or confinement, and purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana. There's also an open Clayton County case for theft by receiving stolen property. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Okay. And if Ms. Stinson is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. If you choose to, I'll need for you to activate your camera and unmute yourself, and I'll have to swear you in.
Yes, sir. I'm coming. I have to walk to another room. I have the kids and they're loud. 1 second.
And Your Honor, I don't know if you needed a factual basis on this one, or you already reviewed the warrant?
If you'll go ahead and place that on the record, Mr. Rhodes, while she is coming on.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a January 3rd event. Zone 4 police were called out to the address of 2189 Montrose Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. Approximately 12:30, when they did respond, they had the occasion to speak with Ms. Stinson, who is on the line, to stated that she and Ms. Lowry lived together along with 4 kids. She did state that 2 of the kids did belong to Mr. Lowry, but the other 2 did not. They had been in a verbal altercation the night prior, but this morning it got physical. She further advised law enforcement officers that essentially that Mr. Lowry punched her in the mouth, causing an injury to her upper lip. Officers did observe the physical injury to Ms. Stinson, and Ms. Lowry did advise that there had been problems with aggression in the past. We've had the opportunity to speak with Ms. Lowry. We did review the criminal history. In lieu of a surety bond, we were hoping that he would be amenable to the 24-week FVIP, as we thought that might be a major help to any future relationship, which is why we offered the signature bond. Your Honor, in lieu of there not being a consent, Your Honor, given his history, we would be asking for a $5,000 surety bond, given what you've heard about the open cases and extensive history. And we are still asking for those conditions, that he has no further contact with Ms. Stinson, who is the victim in this case. And that if Your Honor, I don't know if any custody issues, but if there are to be any seeing of the children, that there be a third-party escort as it relates to him being able to see the two children that are, in fact, his children, and that he stay away from that incident location, which is 2189 Montrose Avenue in Atlanta, Georgia. We're still asking that he takes the Family Violence Intervention Program at the reduced rate of $20 a week through AACS. If Your Honor is not inclined, we would ask for some anger awareness. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Stinson, are you in a place that you can talk to the court? If you choose to, now is your opportunity.
Yes, I'm in the car.
Okay, you're not driving, are you?
No, I'm gonna step out too.
Okay. All right, find a steady place for me, ma'am. If you raise your right hand for me. I believe it's the other hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can place your hand down, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I don't want no contact.
Okay.
I don't care about him not seeing his kids. I didn't feel like he cared about seeing his kids when everything was taking place. My teeth are chipped. Like, this stuff I have to live with forever. Like, my lip didn't look like this. I didn't look like this. I didn't deserve what I got. None of that. I don't want no contact at all whatsoever. I don't care. I don't want him to be able to pick my kids up from school. I don't want to see him no more. I don't feel safe. I don't want to talk to him. Don't text me. Don't call me. Don't talk about me on social media. Stop sending me requests to visit you. I don't want it. Don't call nobody looking for me. I don't want to talk. I'm done with this situation.
All right, I appreciate you being here this afternoon, Ms. Stinson.
Thank you. Can I go now?
Yes, you can if you choose to, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ms. McLeod, anything further?
Well, Your Honor, my client doesn't seem to have any kind of violent history. And, there are two children involved. And he does want to see his children. And granted, they are not legitimated. So I understand legally what the position is, Your Honor. But if the court is inclined to order third-party transfer of the children, and I would still ask a signature bond for my client. If the court believes that the FVIP is appropriate, then he's willing to go along with other court orders, Your Honor. He's not currently employed. He tells me he does stuff for himself, but he doesn't have a job where someone else pays him. So any kind of surety bond is going to be a problem for him. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay. Will be a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. I want him to begin the Family Violence Intervention Program at the reduced rate through the solicitor's office. No further contact with Ms. Stinson. Stay away from the Montrose Avenue address. If necessary, he can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. I'm always reticent to keep a father from his children, so third-party transfer of the minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Mr. Lowry, just so you know that you've heard it from me, no contact means absolutely no contact. Obviously, no personal contact, no phone contact, no social media contact, no contact over the internet. If you are in contact with Ms. Stinson whatsoever, you'll be in violation of this bond. and it can be revoked. I'm not keeping you from your children, but you're going to have to find a third party to arrange visitation with the children. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. That concludes my business before the court today. May I be excused?
Yes, have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank
Mr.
you, Your Honor. Same to you.
And if we go to number 13, Mr. Eroff.
Good afternoon, Mr. Eroff. You've been charged in case 26CR000082A with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Your Honor,
No.
and before she begins, I do believe there is a consent bond as it relates to Mr. Eroff that has been signed by both parties.
Okay, very good. And that your understanding, Ms. Rainford? You'll place that on the record, Mr. Rhodes? Thank you, Ms. Stallworth.
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Ari Eroff, the consent is for a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services level 1. No further violent contact with the victim, I believe is his brother, Brian Eroff. That's spelled IROFF. That he undergoes alcohol drug evaluation and treatment, as this did stem from such, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Welcome. So your understanding, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. And Mr. Bryan is his father, and I see that he's on as well. I don't know if you wanted to hear from him.
Okay, Mr. Brian Eroff, if you wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. You certainly don't have to, but if you wish to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes, sir. You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
Just that, you know, I want my son to, I would like, you know, my son to do the things he needs to do to move forward in his life and take steps to become a better person for himself and his family.
Okay, he's still living with under your roof?
Yes, sir.
And how old is he?
He's 18. He's still in high school.
What year?
Senior.
Does he have any afternoon jobs?
He does.
No, I need 1 day job a week. Tell him the truth.
Okay,
Well, he
thank
works
you.
go ahead.
No, go ahead, sir.
He works for himself doing online sales, and then he also works at Kava.
Okay. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'll accept the consent order. Good luck to you all.
Thank you.
Is number 14, Mr. Joseph?
Who's calling regarding to the main court case? Okay, yeah, so she indicated to me that you want to go on Zoom.
Good afternoon, Mr. Joseph. You've been charged in case 26CR000086E with theft of service. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
And Your Honor, before that history, I believe that Mr. Joseph was also a consent bond. Ms. Rainford, is that correct?
Yes, you.
Okay.
Okay, very good. You're not on camera, Mr. Rhodes. Is this your case?
Oh, yes. Thank you, Judge. I thought I was. Thank you.
There you go. You'll place that on the record for me?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Augustine Joseph, we have agreed to a $3,000 unsecured judicial release through the jail. We are asking that he, while out on bond, that he takes an anti-theft course with Operation 21, and that he stay away from the U-Bar at 3515 Camp Creek Parkway in East Point, Georgia, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That's your understanding, Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Joseph.
I'm sorry, what was that amount again? I'm sorry.
You're fined $3,000 UJR through the jail.
I hear you, but that's why.
All right, next we go on number 15, Mr. Lee.
See if I can talk here and see if we can just over AC. Pretty much yourself.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lee. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000087H with criminal trespass and damage to property and theft by deception. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 2 prior arrests. There's a 2022 conviction for DUI less safe, case number 22 CR 006203D, and the recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
You. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. This is an event that took place January 4th, 2026 at the business of the Trader Joe's at 4600 Roswell Road up in Sandy Springs, Georgia. Officers were approached. They actually approached a male subject and advised him that he could not conduct business in the parking lot of that location, and further advised him that soliciting without a permit was illegal in the city of Sandy Springs. Essentially what happened, Your Honor, because the warrant is extremely long, is that this particular defendant was driving around that parking lot and other parking lots soliciting business to tell people that he could fix dents that were in their car, normally targeting women and the elderly. It is a scam. Many of the victims of this have called law enforcement officers to say that thousands of dollars were taken from me, or hundreds of dollars were taken. This person said that they would fix a dent, and they realized that it was not, the dent was never fixed. It was a concealer to make it look like it was in fact fixed. The victim in this particular case indicated that on the occasion that she felt pressured, that he would not allow her to get out of her car. She allowed him to, when she finally consented to him to fix it and she realized something was wrong, he followed her to the bank so that she can draw out $1,300. So it almost felt like coercion to her. She ended up giving him like $700, not the whole $1,300. She did call police afterwards. When she gave a description of the individual in the vehicle, they remembered that they had just received a call about him scamming someone prior to that. As such, Your Honor, we are asking for a $10,000 good bond, $5,000 on each charge, that he has no further contact with the victim. Her name is Miss Beth Cogswell. That the court prohibits him from any type of profession or practice that for vehicle repair or body work, because he is not authorized to do that, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. And again, the reason for the state's recommendation is because this is a widespread scamming business that, for lack of better words, that really prey on sometimes vulnerable women and elderly people. Thank you, Judge.
I see Ms. Cogswell on the line. Ms. Cogswell, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. You certainly do not have to, but if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to activate your camera and I'll have to swear you in.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Can you activate your camera for me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, if you'll raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I would just like to tell the court that this specific incident, which took place on December 22nd, this suspect had approached me at a gas station. I originally had said no several times. I did allow him to speak. After we pulled off to the side when I got done pumping gas, he told me apparently he was with his grandfather. He's been doing this since he was 8 years old. Also told me he was employed at RJ's Auto Body, which he did not realize that I had a quote from RJ's from May to fix this original dent. With that, I called RJ's the next morning. RJ said that they had nobody by the name of him that worked there because I fell for it because he said he was working after hours to make some more money. I do have a strand of text messages that I have kept from him. I also have placed him on Nextdoor. I still have saved all of the responses I've gotten, which has been about 50 something comments. Out of those 50 something comments, there have been at least 4 or 5 people that have responded to me saying that they have been a victim of the same gentleman. One of the people actually said that while the husband was in Costco, they had to threaten him with a crowbar because he wouldn't pull away from the car to let them out. Another person was hit up in Kroger, and while they were waiting for
Ms. Cogswell, just tell me about your incident, okay?
it's my car's damaged, it's ruined. It's far more worse condition than it was when he started it.
Okay. Anything further, ma'am?
No.
I appreciate you being here this afternoon. Thank
Thank
you. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lee is 24 years old. He currently lives in Lawrenceville. He was born in Las Vegas but raised in Georgia. He helps take care of his grandfather currently. He's eager to get back to his family. He mentioned to me that in addition to helping taking care of his grandfather, his girlfriend is about 20 weeks pregnant, Your Honor. So he is very eager to get back to his family. He didn't graduate high school, Your Honor. As you heard, he is self-employed, Your Honor. So I'd be asking for a signature bond for my client. If a signature bond is not possible, Your Honor, I'd be asking for the lowest possible amount. Nothing more than a $2,000 surety, Your Honor, so that he can be able to pay for that, Your Honor.
Each charge will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2, makes for a total of a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from Trader Joe's. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Number 16, Mr. Leslie.
Good afternoon, Mr. Leslie. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000090F with simple battery. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 7 cycles. 2 of those cycles is out of the state of New York. There are 3 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There is an active warrant out of South Fulton for simple assault. Date of that warrant is December the 30th of 2025. The last date of arrest was August the 27th of 2024 out of Union City for a simple assault, and it's currently an open case. There's also another open case out of Fulton, 24 CR 002476F for DUI less safe, hit and run, and possession of open alcohol container. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor, this is an incident that looks like it took place November 5th. I want to make sure November 5th of 2025. And this was involving a Miss Armisha Betts. Your Honor, from reading the warrant, this was more than a simple battery. It sounds like this could have very well have been an SB by another name, if you will. The victim in this case described some basically unwanted advances towards her. She was very vulnerable because she was the full not paraplegic. She paralyzed from the I believe the neck down. I forget which one is that. But she was quadriplegic, I believe is what she was, Judge. And she had to yell for other folks in the vicinity for help, who eventually chased this individual off so that she could be rescued from what was assault of another nature, if you follow me. Judge, given the seriousness of this, we will be looking further into this particular case. Right now, we did accuse it as such, but we are asking for a good bond in the amount of $10,000. No further contact with Miss Armisha Betts, and that he undergoes an SDET, Judge. Thank you.
Ms. Betts is on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity.
Hi, this is Armisha Betts.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm just going to ask you if you will swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. And can you spell your last name for me?
Betts.
Yes, Miss Betts. What would you like to tell the court?
Yes, this behavior was unwanted. I asked Mr. Leslie to stop. He continued. I am a quadriplegic from the chest down. I was unable to defend myself after asking him not to proceed with kissing me. And he just took advantage of a platonic friendship to hold me, whereas I had been just recently had a surgery, so I wasn't able to maneuver from his grasp. But I've had to have to enroll in some therapy because I am traumatized from this incident.
Thank you, Miss Betts. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, ma'am.
All right, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Rainford?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Leslie is 48 years of age. He's been in Georgia the majority of his life. He has a good address. He mentioned to me that he has a minor child and that he has been married, Your Honor. He also mentioned to me that he went to the 11th grade and that he also went to school for heating and refrigeration up in Chamblee at the ITC Technical College. He is also on disability, Your Honor, after he got into a serious car accident. So he is not able to afford a surety bond, Your Honor. And if Your Honor is inclined to still give him a surety bond, I would just ask that it is a reasonable amount that he would be able to afford, given the fact that he is on disability and would not be able to afford anything for a bond since he is not working.
Thank you. Can someone tell me, Ms. Lewis, possibly Mr. Rhodes, you mentioned the previous DUI that he has pending. I believe it's 24 CR 002476F. Can someone tell me the terms of that bond and who assigned it?
This was a bind over case, it looks like, Judge, to start with. It was a new filing, so there was I'm looking at the discovery now. It looked like this was a bind over case from Union City Police Department, and he had posted it a bond through looks like it was through let me see, what did I get here? It looked like he got like a UJR through Union City. They don't have a bond amount listed on here. It just has all the charges and the bond amount is all zero on here. It looked like he got a signature bond through Union City on these charges.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Lewis. Ms. Bridgewater, are you with me?
I am, Your Honor.
Did you get that active open case?
24 CR 002476F.
Yes, I want that also placed on that January 20th SAP calendar for me.
Okay.
Well, all right. So for this, if nothing further from counsel, It'll be a $5,000 good bond, no further contact with Ms. Betts. Stay away from her residential location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both. Who do we have?
Number 4, Mr. Dominguez.
It was at the bar.
Good afternoon, Mr. Dominguez. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000074C with criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There is one immigration cycle. The last date of arrest was December the 3rd of 2013 out of Kingsville, Texas for alien removal under section 212 and 237. The recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, I'm pulling up the consent bond that that myself and Mr. Abraham Ahmed signed. But my computer is incredibly slow, so bear with me.
I have it if you need it.
It might be quicker. Mine's still loading.
Okay, Judge,
Okay,
would
Miss.
you like for me to read it?
Yes, please, Ms. Bridgewater.
Okay, I am showing a consent bond in the amount of $2,000 through pretrial level 1, ADET, and no further violent contact with Emily DeStefano. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons.
And I believe Ms. DeStefano is on as well. We hadn't heard from her to see if she objected to our consent bond.
Okay, if Mr. Stefano is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. You'll have to.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, can you activate your camera for me? Yes, ma'am. If you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell the court?
I just want to know is it like, because she said no further contact, so that means he can't be texting me and calling me. We do have a 3-year-old daughter together, and he does live with me. He does help me with because I have ADHD, so I can't work right now. So he does help me with like responsible stuff and stuff like that.
Okay, so
Excuse me, Your Honor, it's no further violent contact.
right, so it's no further violent contact, ma'am. So it's not no further contact. So if I allow it, he can have contact with you. Is that what you want?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Thank you for being here this afternoon, ma'am.
Okay.
And that's your understanding of the consent, Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
That was 2K.
Say two.
2000.
Say Javon.
Just want to.
Oh, good one. All right, next we got number 8, Mr. Gates.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Gates. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000077J with battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 9 prior arrests. There's a 2022 first offender conviction out of Clayton County for cruelty to children 3rd degree and battery, family violence that was sealed in 2023. There's an FTA in 2013 out of Fulton, and there are 3 convictions outside of the 10-year period, and the recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Who's presenting for the state?
That would be me, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay.
We are asking for a $3,000 total surety. That's $2,500 on the battery, family violence, $500 on the cruelty to children in the 3rd. No further contact with the victim, Miss Lawler, LOLLAR, or her son. Family violence intervention program. Stay away from 2285 Creel Road. That is the incident location. I made a note in here and I'm trying to figure out why I said what I said. I think that's it. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Lawler's on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear so. Yes, Mr. Abraham Ahmed.
Yes, Your Honor. As to Mr. Gates, he's 37 years old. He has his high school diploma. For his work, he works with heavy warehouse. Excuse me. He works in a warehouse doing heavy equipment operations. He's certified in that. Of course, he's been doing that since 2009. As to his ties to Georgia and Atlanta, he's been a lifelong resident of both. He has all of his family here. He has his children as well here in Georgia. He has a 10-year-old son, a 13-year-old son, and a 9-year-old son. They all live with him. And then he also has an 18-year-old son, a 14-year-old daughter, another 14-year-old daughter, and then a 14-year-old son. A little bit out of order, but he actually also provides for all of his 7 children. So that's understandably somewhat of a financial strain. But he also still has time to give back to the community as well, Your Honor. He is a youth coach for the local football team, basketball team, and the baseball team, and also serves quite a bit as a youth mentor as well to the community. He's been doing that for I think just over a decade, Your Honor. So quite a bit of years. As to his address, he has a good address where he reliably receives mail, and he does share that address with the alleged victim. I believe this is also where the incident allegedly took place. For bond, Your Honor, we would request a signature bond, considering the financial obligation that Mr. Gates already has, his children being the main financial provider. We would also request no further violent contact and no stay away order, Your Honor. And I would also just like to give one more opportunity for the alleged victim, Ms. Desiree. Desiree.
Can y'all hear me? I am on here. I can't figure out how to cut my camera on though. It like hello?
Yeah. Okay, so,
It keeps unmute. It keeps muting me.
well, that I believe that's because you were interrupting. So maybe we won't have you. No one will unmute you. Can we get her?
Can you hear
unmuted?
me?
Yes, ma'am. I can hear you. Tell me your name.
Desiree Lawler.
And Ms. Lawler, if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
That he doesn't I don't have the money to help him get out. He needs to go to work. And I didn't want him, or if he wasn't supposed to get arrested, we were under assumption they would just separate us, not arrest him about it.
You want to tell me what happened?
He disciplined his child and it just turned into I got mad about it.
And well, he has allegations against you as well. So what was done?
I was trying to get my charger. We were trying to separate in the house.
And which child was this?
I think she froze up, Judge. Her phone's froze.
It looks like we've lost her. Anything further from counsel?
Your Honor, I would just defer to Ms. Desiree Lawler as to the wishes of the alleged victim for the contact and any potential or stay away or lack thereof. So I would request we'll pause till she gets back on, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, I know we went over some of the history, the 10 cycles. The state has grave concerns as although they were null pros, there were 4 counts of simple battery family violence, 5 counts of simple battery, and a criminal trespass all in one in 2014. He also had another simple battery that was dismissed in 2012. He does have a first offender battery family violence and cruelty to children. So the state has very grave concerns for this ongoing violence cycle.
Do you know whether or not it was against the same alleged victim, Ms. Spear?
I was trying to do the math, Your Honor, before court, as the child in this one was born in, I believe it was 2017. But as you heard, he has 7 children, so I haven't been able to figure out the exact intricacies of all the cycles of violence and who all the victims are.
It's only me.
Okay, so you were the alleged victim in the 2023 case, Ms. Lawler?
Yeah, we've been together for 13 years.
Okay.
There was
So
a cruelty to children, so there's obviously another victim, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm more concerned about the children. All right, y'all are grown people, but your children are not grown. Y'all have a responsibility to bring them up in a proper way. And until you can prove to the court that you can do that, I'm not going to allow you all to be together. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to require that he starts the family violence intervention program and that he take 10 parenting classes. Once he enrolls in those classes and starts the process, then I will entertain putting him back in the household. But until something's done, I'm not going to entertain putting him back in the household, mostly because of the children. So at the present time, for each charge, it will be a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. Makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. And I will do that so that he can get back out and go back to work and continue to provide for his family. But there's to be no further contact at this present time, and no contact means no contact, no contact whatsoever. This bond will be revoked if this court finds out that there has been contact before he begins this intervention program and the parenting classes. So you all just know that. If you violate it, then you're only going to be hurting yourselves and your children. Stay away from the incident location. He can go back to that location on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Okay, I hope we're clear. Good luck to you both.
All right, next, Mr. Tulos.
Tell me again, courtroom 2, I'm sorry.
27.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, before we start with 27, this is ACPC. Can these young ladies share their rights real quick before we go on?
Yes, I can. Good afternoon, ladies. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar that we're conducting by video this afternoon. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Okay, so let me go back to position number 27, Mr. Toulouse. You
I
have
do
been
show a
charged.
consent bond order, Your Honor, on this.
Oh, okay. Well, let me tell him what he's been charged with first. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000098C with battery and simple battery. Yes, Ms. Spear.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. On the battery, we're asking for a $5,000 signature bond, pretrial services level 2. Simple battery, 2,500 signature bond, pretrial services level 2. Blech. No further violent contact with Jaidah. I hope I said that right. JAIDAH, Stringfellow. Complete 8 anger management courses. Stay away from 2691 Church Street in East Point. Minus a one-time visit to gather belongings with law enforcement. No further violations of the law, no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Also, I just noticed, I didn't draft this, Ms. Evans Battle did, so it says 2025 on it, but being that it's only the 5th, I think we'll let her slide on that. Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. That's your understanding, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Toulouse.
What was the full total of this bond amount?
7,500 signature bond through pretrial level 2. That's my understanding. Okay, are we gonna go to ACDC now?
Yeah, we can go at position 22, Ms. Pedro.
Okay. Good afternoon. Again, Ms. Pedro, you've been charged in case 26 CR 000088Y with terroristic threats and acts and disorderly conduct.
Judge, there is a consent bond as it relates to this case.
Okay, very
That's
good.
correct, Your Honor.
And if you'll place that on the record for me, Mr. Rhodes, please.
Yes, Your Honor. That is a total of 3,000. 1,000 on the disorderly conduct, 2,000 on the terroristic threat, both sign-on bonds through pretrial services level 1. We're asking for a social work visit for housing and MHET and stay away from 3099 John Freeman Way. No further contact with Sadie Bieria, and that's spelled Bierria. No alcohol, drugs, and weapons while on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That's your understanding, Ms. McLeod?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. And I just want to say that my client, she is going to be moving. So she does have 2 small children. So she is already in the process of moving out from that apartment complex. So I want her to be able to just move out. The plan is to stay away. It's just that she has like a 3.5 year, 2 small children, and she is already moving on. She's received notice and everything. She just doesn't. She needs time to get her belongings out.
Okay, so she's going to have to use a third party since she can't have any contact with the alleged victim. If the alleged victim lives at that residence, she'll have to have somebody make sure that Ms. Vieira is not at the location when she's completes her moving. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Pedro.
I'm sorry, how was that? Was that again?
It was a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1.
All right, next we go on 31, Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Wilson. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000102F with lording and prowling, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and giving false information to law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 12 cycles, all out of the state of North Carolina. There's an active warrant out of Clayton County for theft by taking. The date of that warrant is September the 9th of 2025. There's a 2015 conviction out of Guilford County, North Carolina for breaking and entering, larceny after break and enter, obtaining property by false pretense, and a 2013 conviction for breaking and entering and larceny after break and enter. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Spear.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. We're asking for 1,000 surety on the loitering, 1,500 on the giving the false, I'm sorry, 1,000 on the false name, 1,500 on the obstruction of the Leo. Total $3,500 surety bond. Stay away from the incident location that is 1155 Mount Vernon Highway. And we are requesting a potential social worker visit for, I'm guessing, residential review. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond. Nothing further. Thank you.
Can you tell me what Mount Vernon Highway is? That a residence of?
It's the Goodwill donation bins. I believe it's on the I will double check, but it sounds like it's on the corner. They leave them outside the gas stations, but I will check to see which one this one belongs to.
Okay, Ms. Stallworth, did you have something?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry. I forgot to report an open case 25 PI 005639, and that's for possession of a firearm. And then it looks to appear to be a probation case 25 CR 001525F for criminal trespass. Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. Anything further, Ms. Spear?
I'm pulling up the parking deck where 1155 Mount Vernon Highway is. It looks like Is that the MARTA station? I believe so. It is the MARTA bus station. The Goodwill bin's out there.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. Wilson is 34 years old, and he gave me a clear address at College Park about his housing. And Your Honor, he is also residing with his mother. We also have a phone number for that. He denies the allegation. He says that he was basically helping people to donate, and also he was taking care of the homeless people in the neighborhood. Um, he's working for Elizabeth Foundation as a volunteer, and he has 4 children that he is taking care of. They live in North Carolina, and he has been here in Georgia for 4 to 5 years, and he wanted to participate at drug courts. We would like to request for the lowest possible bond. We understand that because of open felony charge, he may have a hard time to get a signature on bond. So we would like to request for $1,000 surety bond.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. Stay away from the incident location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Wilson.
Next, we can go to position number 6, Ms. Forbes.
Good afternoon, Ms. Forbes. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000075B with battery family violence. Is there a history?
No, Your Honor, there's no prior history and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing.
Spear?
Yes, Your Honor. We're asking for a $2,000 surety, the Family Violence Intervention Program, no further contact with the victim, Fernando Elvir-Medina. Stay away from the apartments at 7951 Roswell Road. We have listened to the phone calls between the victim and the defendant. He stated that his face was severely injured. He might need stitches in his upper lip. He reemphasized again how badly he was injured. She can't keep going into a rage. They talked about anger management classes. He said that the defendant clearly needs them as she is not aware of the extent of his injuries. And he assured her she'll be fine, but the way that she hit him caused significant bleeding. So based on the extent of the injuries on the phone call, we feel a $2,000 surety is more than generous, along with the FVIP, no further contact and stay away. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons while on bond.
Mr. Elvia Medina would like to address the court. Now is your opportunity to do so if you choose.
Hello, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good afternoon, sir. Before I hear from, okay, if you can raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, sir. What would you like to tell the court?
Sir, when the officers came, I wasn't under the impression that they were actually going to take her. Another thing I want the court to know is that this wasn't like an intentional thing that Naomi did. I did say some very hurtful things, and I was taking off a sweater that she was given to me by her brother, who is in the military and she's worried about. I threw the sweater out the window on a rainy day. She reached for the sweater. She accidentally struck me in the face. She had just gotten her nails done. She had never had nails in the past. Naomi also at the same time, when she struck me, immediately rushed to tend to my wound because she didn't even realize, like, wow, she did that. It was unbelievable. When the officers came, I just wanted them to separate us. I didn't want them to go ahead and take us because I couldn't call anybody. I couldn't find my phone. So it was my downstairs neighbor that called the officers. I'm just been worried sick of why they took her because from one moment to the next, she's gone. And I would like her to come home. I would like her to have contact with her. Naomi's one of the best people I've ever met in my life. She has no prior history of violence, college educated, a well-rounded, good woman for the community. Like, there's no reason this should go any further than just this. Like, sure, yes, I got injured, but it was completely unintentional. Completely unintentional. There's no reason to continue this.
Has there been any problems in the past, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. I appreciate you being here this afternoon, sir.
Of course, sir.
Ms. Kim, is this your case?
No, Your Honor, I believe PD Juven is right there.
Oh, Mr. Abraham Ahmed, this is your case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, I would defer a lot to what Mr. Fernando Elvira Medina just said. But as to Ms. Forbes, when I was talking with her, she is 27 years old. She has her bachelor's in business management and administration. She was also pursuing her MBA, but paused due to some financial difficulties and hurdles. As to work, she's currently in between jobs. Before that, she was a product educator, and she also stays even more busy by being an English tutor out of her own free time and just for community service. She's been in Georgia for not a whole bunch of time, but she's still getting quite a few community ties. And as to her address, she does stay with the alleged victim, as we just heard. For bond, Your Honor, Ms. Forbes already told me that they were already talking about going to a couples counseling together. And given those financial difficulties which caused her pursuit of that MBA program to be on pause, we would just request a signature bond, Your Honor. We would request no further violent contact, and we would also request no stay away. I would once again just defer to Mr. Elvira Medina's quite glowing review of Ms. Forbes, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, the state would request the opportunity to cross-examine the victim, as he's already testified in favor of his client or his batterer.
Okay, I'll give you the opportunity to question him. Mr. Elvira, if you'll come back on. Yes, Ms. Beer.
Mr. Elvira Medina, who called the police?
It was my neighbor, ma'am. I didn't have my phone at the time.
Did you ask your neighbor to call the police?
I did, ma'am, just to separate us, not for them to take my partner.
So when she called you and you said, you don't know the extent of my injuries, you need anger management, were you
Yes.
lying to her, or are you lying now?
I guess I was lying to her, ma'am. I don't understand why that has to do anything with the court. I'm telling you blatantly the whole truth, the honest truth, right now.
Because perjury is a charge, sir. That's why.
I understand, ma'am. I understand. I was lying to her. I was lying to her. There we go.
So you told your batterer she does not need anger management?
I told my batterer she does need anger management just because of the moment that she did have a moment of weakness, that she was angry. Okay. I would
Did
be
you
open
need
to.
stitches?
No, I didn't. I was just being a little bitch. I did not need stitches.
How many cuts did you have?
Just 2.
And they were both accidental or just the one?
They were both accidental, ma'am. Like, it was late at night. I'm not gonna remember every single detail, but Miss Naomi Forbes doesn't deserve anything that's coming to her at all.
And you deserve a perjury charge then?
You know what? If it got her out of this,
No, because he's under oath now. He was not under oath before, so I've heard enough.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It'll be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with the alleged victim. 3 anger awareness classes. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you both.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let's go on 25, Mr. Smith.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000094G with simple battery. Is there a history?
Your Honor, I believe, is this Kedrick Smith? This is a consent bond.
Okay, very good. You'll go ahead and place that on the record for me, Mr. Rhodes.
Yes, Your Honor. The consent bond is for 3,000 signature bond, sign-on bond through pretrial services level 2. 4 anger awareness classes through pretrial services. No further contact with the alleged victim, whose name is Jurena Cantrell. That's spelled JURENACANTRELL. Stay away from 1135 Hood Road, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond. And I did sign on behalf of Ms. J. Kim. Thank you, Judge. Bye.
Okay, that's your understanding, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Smith. Who do we have next?
Samantha Eve Stinson.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. We can go with position number 26, Ms. Stinson.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Stinson, good afternoon. You have been charged in case 26 CR 000095G with criminal trespass and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 14 cycles, 3 out of the state of Florida and 6 out of the state of Mississippi. There's a 2024 conviction from Volusia County battery on officer, firefighter, or EMT. There's another 2024 conviction for the same charge. There's a 2019 conviction for driving with suspended or revoked license and failure to maintain liability insurance card. There's an FTA from 2020 out of Holly Springs, Mississippi. Their recommended level is level 3. Their open cases 25 PI 005932 for simple battery and criminal damage to property, second degree, and also 24 CR 005768G for disorderly conduct and battery. Nothing further.
Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe it happened January 2nd, 2026. Officer Jones responded to the Wendy's on Metropolitan Parkway in Southwest Atlanta, where they were basically told that the defendant had shattered the glass of that Wendy's by kicking the glass twice. When they got there, her left foot was indeed bleeding. And I believe her hands were also bleeding. They spoke with the manager of the Wendy's, who was Randy Foster, who stated that he had asked her to leave and trespassed her because of disturbance that she made, screaming at him and spitting and yelling at him, and punching and kicking at the window. She refused to leave, and so then, of course, they called law enforcement. Your Honor, given the severity and then, of course, the broken window, which caused injury to the defendant herself, we are asking for a surety bond in light of her history of $1,000 on each case. I believe that was the bond that might have been set by the magistrate as well. So we ask that they remain the same. We are asking that she receive a social work visit for mental health prior to leaving the jail, and that she stay away from the Wendy's. And the address is, I know it's Metropolitan Parkway.
It's 2096 Metropolitan Parkway.
Thank you, Southwest Atlanta. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, we have no objection to social worker visit for housing resources and BHET. Your Honor, she is 34 years old. She has no income, so there's no money to pay for. Any bond will be no bond for her. So we would like to request for the lowest possible bond of $500 surety bond each. So total $1,000 surety bond.
Does she require assistance with housing, Ms. Kim?
Yes.
Okay. For each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond. Social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing. Stay away from that Wendy's on Metropolitan Parkway. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Stinson.
Your Honor, I have Miss Stanford, but she's not on the calendar.
She's on an add-on calendar, I believe, position number 2.
Okay.
On that calendar. Okay, and good afternoon, Ms. Stanford. You've been charged in case 26 CR 000103Y with loitering and prowling and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There is one prior arrest, which is an open case, 25 PI 002491 for cruelty to children, second degree. driving hit and run, and reckless driving, as well as driving while license suspended or revoked. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe that this is the second arrest. She is out on bond for cruelty to children in the second degree, hit and run, reckless, and driving while license, driving without a license. The bond in this case is currently set at $600 on the loitering and prowling and $1,200 on the, is it obstruction of law enforcement? For a total of $1,800 surety bond. We ask that that remain the same in light of her open charge, that she stay away from the location, which is the Washington Park here in Atlanta, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. Thank you, Judge.
Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, my client, Miss Stanford, is 35 years old. She is a single mom with 8 minor children, Your Honor. Their age is ranging from 2, 3, 5, 6, 12, 13, 16, 17. And she was raised in foster care, so she does not have a lot of resources or other family members who can support him. She does not get any child support. She has a Section 8 and government help to get by. She was working at Walmart and Amazon. However, because of her driver's license being suspended, she has not been employed lately. And this is dual arrest. There's another co-defendant who was arrested together, but the other person, Mr. Espilaire, he bonded out, but my client has not been able to bond out because she does not have money to pay for. So we would like to request for a signature on bond. Even though it is level 2, she is asking for the mercy of the court so she can take care of 8 children.
Okay, for each charge will be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Stay away from the Washington Park. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, ma'am.
I believe that does it for us over here at ACDC.
Okay, thank you so much. I will see you next time.
All right.
We have in courtroom 2.
We have Mr. Monroe, but he's not on the calendar. I'm trying to see what's going on with that.
He's the one that we're trying to get transferred to the district attorney. But Mr. Rhodes, I believe, is in charge, is handling that.
Yes, I made a request to transfer this one to Superior Court, Your Honor, in light of it being his second battery family violence, a prior conviction from 2015. I believe it was out of which county was that? It's out of Conyers, Georgia. That whatever county that is. Rockdale County. And because I know we had 72 hours, I asked for it to be transferred. Just to see if I can get it on their calendar by tomorrow. If not, then of course on Wednesday, I run a significant risk of it being Riverside. So that's for a reset.
Oh, no, actually,
Okay.
Did Jennifer Gooden bond out?
Hold on. Let me finish up with one case before
sorry.
I go to another one. All right. So, given that there might be a Riverside issue if he does not accept by the Superior Court, then I'll see him back on, or somebody will see him back on Wednesday, I guess. All right. So let me just go through the calendar. What are we doing? Position 5, Finnan.
He's a waiver.
Okay. Then we have position 9, Gooden.
She's also a waiver.
Okay. Position 21, Patterson. Position 21, Patterson.
Okay, I guess
Oh,
we'll
you
be,
know what, Your Honor? When I looked, into that this morning, it was the wrong case number. That should have been Christian Finnan, I believe. Um, I know there was a Patterson that had issues, but it wasn't that case number. There seemed to be some confusion about that.
A couple of names, okay?
Okay, so do we have a Patterson that's either in courtroom 2 or that we need to address this afternoon?
Yeah,
no, sir. I think it was at ACDC.
They're gonna be resetting it, okay?
Okay, well, I think that they're logged off now, right?
The pull sheet says it's a reset.
Oh,
I don't know when
does?
it was reset from, but that's what the pull sheet says.
There were
Okay.
two Pattersons, Mr. Rhodes, on Saturday. Isn't that right?
We let you know you were ready, just in case.
That got reset.
Yes, there were a total of 2 that got reset. I know that Finnan was one because I'd prepared for Finnan, and then the second one was, I can't remember who the second one was, but Finnan was definitely one that was reset. Miss Pierce.
Okay, so let me do these waivers and then we'll figure out what we're doing with position 21 Patterson. Christian Finnan is position number 5, charged in case 26 CR 000056D with willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Who's representing Mr. Finnan?
That was me, Your Honor.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we had everybody with us. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 4 cycles. There are multiple open cases. 26 PI 000063. I'm sorry, I didn't write these charges down. And 25 SC 004483. 26 PI 000064 and 00065. The last day of arrest was November the 20th of 2024 for theft by receiving stolen property, theft by taking, willful obstruction, criminal use of an article with altered ID mark, possession of pistol or revolver by person under 18 years of age. The recommended level is level 2, and I can get those charges if you need them for the open cases.
Thank you. Mr. Rhodes?
Yes, Your Honor. As it relates to Mr. Christian Finnan, I believe that, and pretrial might have already mentioned that there are 25. Did we mention 25 SC 004483, which is an open Superior Court case here in Fulton for theft by receiving stolen property and other charges? So that's also a case. I don't know if that one was mentioned. As it relates to this particular case, Your Honor, this was a incident that took place on, if I'm not mistaken, it was on December 15th of this year for willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. It was on Saturday, Your Honor, but because of there was a lot of charges. It was like almost 20 charges that he had between Superior Court, and then we accused the 2 for state court. The jail had informed the court that Superior Court had taken care of all the charges. We had said on Saturday we didn't think that these 2 were handled. So for the 2 cases that he had with us, Your Honor, we're asking for $1,000 each surety, and that is in light of everything that he has, open cases as well as his criminal history in the past. Thank you, Judge.
What was the obstruction, Mr. Rhodes? What did he do?
It says here that as it relates to the obstruction, that on December 15th, he did flee from a traffic stop, black in color. And let me make sure. Yeah, this is warrant number 2061 with a black and color back plaque, and did refuse to comply with multiple commands of Officer Conaway to move and to stop, to actually stop. He ignored these commands from Officer Conaway and while he was in the lawful discharge of his duties. And that is under warrant number EW 0512061.
Okay, thank you. Yes, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Finnan is 18 years old. He has his GED. He currently works in landscaping. He is a lifelong Georgia and Atlanta resident. All of his family's here as well. He's a good, reliable address for the time being. And yeah, while talking to him, he did express quite a desire to get on the straight and narrow path, considering past history has been read out. So we will be putting him in touch with a social worker for any issues there, just to provide also general guidance. So for those reasons, Your Honor, we would just request that his bond be set at the lowest possible amount, especially in consideration of the other open felony cases.
Okay, for each charge will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of $1,000 good bond, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. I believe next in line is position 9, Jennifer Gooden, who's charged in case 26 CR 000078Y with criminal trespass. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 35 cycles. The last date of arrest was September the 8th of 2025 from the city of Atlanta for possession of a Schedule 2 that resulted in a DWAP. There's several FTAs, 2024 from Fulton County, a 2019 from Peach County, a 2018 and 2017 also from Peach County. There's a 2017 conviction from Houston County for simple battery, and there are 5 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Spear?
Yes, Your Honor, there's already a $600 surety set. So we would ask that it remain, stay off the Georgia Tech campus. She was in the Academy of Medicine at 875 West Peachtree Street. We are recommending a social worker visit. She does appear to have MH or BH and be residentially challenged based on the number of criminal trespass and FTAs just in the last year or two, along with a drug charge in September. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Abraham Ahmed?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Gooden is a lifelong Georgia resident here. She's currently between jobs, but she has 4 children. She told me that she has a reliable address. I believe it's in a mobile home. However, I believe she would benefit as well from the visit, as I already put her in contact or set that request out. For a bond, Your Honor, we would just request, if it's not applicable, if a signature bond is not applicable, given any FTAs within the 5-year window, we would request it to be as low as possible, considering her financial status and being in between jobs as well. She's absolutely fine with the stay away order from Georgia Tech property, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll leave it at the $600 good. Stay away from the Georgia Tech campus, social worker visit to assist with housing and a BHET, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. And thank you, Ms. Lewis. It's my understanding that position number 21 has bonded out, so
He hasn't bonded out, Judge. He
No.
just, he's not in there on these charges. This was, he posted bond on these cases back in 2024.
okay, so we don't have a reason to see him today.
No, he's just gonna be placed on the SAP calendar to deal with these charges.
All
But
right.
these charges are not holding him at all.
Very good, thank you. And I believe that completes the 2 o'clock calendar, if I'm not mistaken. Ms. Bridgewater, whenever you're ready for us.
Okay. Once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is January the 20th. Okay, position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. Position number 2 is reset further notice with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 3 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. Position 4 is a consent bond with a $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 5 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. Position 6 is reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 7 is a consent bond with a total $6,000 SOB through pretrial. 8, reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 9 is going to the SAP calendar with a $600 good bond. 10 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 11 is reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 12 is a consent bond with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. 13 is a consent bond with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 14, consent bond with a $3,000 UGR. 15 is reset further notice with a total $10,000 SOB through pretrial. 16 is going to the SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. 17 is a consent bond with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 18 is reset further notice with a $10,000 SOB through pretrial. 19 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $6,000 good bond. 20 is going to the SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. 21, not on docket.
Reset further
22,
notice, Miss Holly. Reset to SAP. I'm gonna put on the next SAP calendar, which will be on the 20th.
okay.
So just reset.
22 is a consent bond with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 23 is a consent bond with a $2,500 SOB through pretrial. 24 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 25 is a $3,000 SOB through pretrial, and this too was a consent. 26 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,000 good bond. 27 is a consent bond with a total $7,500 SOB through pretrial. 28 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 29 is going to the SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 30, SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 31, SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. Now to the add-on calendar. Position number 1 is a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. And position number 2 is reset further notice with a total $2,000 SOB through pretrial. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
Miss Holly, can I get position 13 again, please?
Okay. 13 is the consent bond with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial.
What level is that, Miss Holly?
Level 1,
Can you tell me what level position number 10 is? A $5,000 pretrial through what level?
level 2 for position 10.
Okay, thank you.
Are there any others?
If not, thank you all. See you next week. I hope you all have a great week.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Thank you.
Oh, and welcome to the new year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you, Judge, everybody.